Hey folks, it's Vic Noble here with your weekly trade example for the week ending July the 19th of 2013. And today I want to talk to you about a really cool entry technique that a lot of you are already familiar with, but a lot are not, called the Noble entry. And it's a way of getting into a trade when you're at an expected level of support or resistance on a higher time frame, but doing it with extremely small risk. What you want to do is, first of all, be able to identify support resistance levels properly, and then when price gets to them, if you get a Noble entry set up, it's a way to get into the trade with extremely small risk and really nice reward potential. So when price and sometimes they don't set up, so we don't just always get them, but when you get them, they're really good. So price comes down. This used to be support. We think now that it might be primary used to support in here. It broke through it and it's hitting it again. Is it going to hold? Isn't it going to hold? From this low to this high, by the way, retraced 50%. That's even more reason to think we might be at support. We don't just do it in isolation, by the way. We'll look at our recurring forex patterns to see if it sets up in here, because when it sets up with a recurring forex pattern, wow, they really work well. And this trade right here, if you look at it, how do we know it's going to stop here? I mean, it could have gone straight through here, right? I mean, how did we know? Why didn't it stop right here? We could have tried to get in right here, but look, notice the price went straight through it. It never even paused. Here, it bounced, and if we go to a smaller time frame, actually, I'll go to the 15-minute here. When price came down to that level, it bounced up and it came back down, and that set up a perfect Noble entry in here. And the deal with those trades is that when you put them on, you can do them with extremely small risk. And just watch when it comes back up. In fact, let me just show you something here. When price bounced back up, there's that 4-hour chart again. Price goes back up. We're expecting there to be maybe resistance here. And now, one thing I want to tell you is this. I have the line drawn across from the bodies of these candles. Okay, the lowest closing body of the candles. This is actually a zone in here. Anywhere from the wick up to the body. This wick low is 91.90. This wick high right here, 91.94. Is it going to react? Well, we don't know, but we're hitting some possible resistance. This trade was actually a pattern number 4 trade from our RFP course, and it was today. This is July the 19th as I'm recording this. And it set up a perfect Noble entry, and this is such a good example of how you can use these things. The Noble entry was actually, you get it when it swings back up here again, and we have specific parameters for that. It went up to 91.90 was where you want to get in. It went up to 91.91, so within a pip. Here's the nice thing about it though. Listen to this. This high right here is 91.94. If you're selling at 91.90, you don't want it to go above here, right? That's resistance. So you're doing this with a very small risk. Just say 10 pips. 10 pips of risk, and it went down to almost 30 pips of profit. Not quite. That's a fantastically good reward to risk on a very quick, what was that, for 45 minutes. Maybe just call it an hour. 1 hour, you have a 1% risk on your account on that. You just made somewhere between 2 and 3% return at about an hour in your account. I'm going to tell you something. These happen every single day. You won't believe how often they happen. Let me just show you another one here. You can pick any level you like in here. When you have, like, say it comes up into here. When was this? This was on the 15th, it looks like. So it comes up into this level here at 91.21. Let's go see and see what's happening in that time. So on the 1 hour chart, where was it? I gotta find the trade here now. Sorry. 91.21. Or right here. This is where it was. So price is going up and up and up, and you might think, well, this is a little momentum trade going up here, and it was. There was actually good little places to buy this, but when it got to here, this is where we saw that there could be resistance on the 4-hour chart. So now if we go back down, let's go look at this on a 15-minute chart. And that is right here, 15th. Let me bring it back here. Where are we here? Right here. Whoops, sorry about that. that was just another noble entry buy. That alert that just went off was another noble entry. I'll show you that too if you want. Anyway, so that's where this happened right here. Price went to here, and we said, well, it might stop. We don't know. We wait to see if price is going to prove to us that it's going to stop. It does. It goes down, comes back up, sets up another noble entry. Okay, the sell on that, on the noble entry, 91.13, 10 pip risk is all you need. This thing was up 70, went up 70 pips on the way down here. Now I'm not saying you're going to get all of that, but you see what I mean? If you're risking 10 pips and you're making, call it 50 pips, that's a 5-to-1 reward to risk. It's huge, and that's one of the real keys to building your account quickly, and that's exactly what the Recurring Forex Patterns course does. And by the way, the noble entry is included with the Recurring Forex Patterns course. In fact, so is I did a course on support resistance as well, and that's also included with the RFP course. So just something, if you're looking at doing that, but really a powerful technique for limiting your risk and getting extremely good reward potentials. And when you marry them up with an RFP pattern, wow, they're very, very powerful. And let's go over and have a look at that US yen. I just saw that alert that just went off on my machine. Let's go to the US yen here. See, here it was again. The price had come up, and actually what it did in this case here, we were setting up what's called our pattern number 6 here right now. And it was a bit before I was out of bed. Here I am in the West Coast in Pacific time. So you can see this level of old support, now resistance. This is all the criteria we need for pattern 6, part of another one of the Recurring Forex Patterns course. But maybe you don't get in time to get these patterns, and so you can always enter it using a noble entry. And in this case here, from what it did is it set up another noble entry in here to sell it. The sell was at 10040. That was the exact high right here, 10040. Now guess what? I don't have risk in this trade anymore because I'm if you want to look for lower levels, that's fine, but that trade needed a 10 pip risk as well, because protected, you don't want to go above this high right here. And so we got a 10 pip risk. It made it down to 10019, so about 20 pips with a 10 pip risk already. See that? So if you either you take profits down here, or at the very least you do not allow this to have a loss. You can put your stop to your entry level, and you're protected. So I just wanted to illustrate the absolute power of it. Here was again down here, another noble entry. They're all over the place. They happen every day. Yesterday in the coach's corner, there was one right up in here, and it didn't amount to much, and it ended up going back up to another great level that we talked about in the coach's corner right here to sell. But this set up a very good noble entry here, and a nice move down. There was over 20 pips in that trade. We were talking about it right in the coach's corner here. It was a really nice setup. So anyway, just wanted to point that out to you. Hey, by the way, next Wednesday, July the 24th, we're having an informational webinar. It's a free webinar on the RFP course, the Recurring Forex Patterns course, and the service that we have with it. And so, it's free, so come and check it out. And there's information on that in the body of this email. You can have a look, and love to see you there and check it out and all that. So we'll leave it at that. You guys have a great weekend and a great week of trading ahead, and we'll see you at the end of next week with another weekly trade example. Thanks so much.